Welcome to Speed Fam, a podcast series created to promote a more equitable, inclusive, and aware corporate culture. Today's episode is dedicated to Olympia Odos, the 277 kilometers long modern motorway connecting Elfsina, Corinth, Patras, Pyrgos, linking important destinations in western Greece, such as Port of Patras, archaeological sites, and tourist areas, and represents a milestone in the development of the Peloponnese. Olympia Odos has implemented a comprehensive equity and inclusion program as a structural component within the organization, thus declaring its long-term commitment to these issues and its social responsibility. Based on the data collected through a questionnaire, our workshop and interactive actions were organized to raise awareness and inform employees. The answers obtained from the questionnaire and the participation in the workshop highlight the importance of the topic for the company's employees. The company, as part of its overall sustainable development strategy, decided to launch a campaign on the topics of equality and inclusion. With the help of Consequently, an all-day event was organized, the program of which included special lectures, sharing the results of a questionnaire submitted to all employees, and a workshop with the aim of raising awareness about the existence of persistent inequalities in the working environment, informing about the origin of discrimination, prejudice, and the lasting effect they have on the social fabric, and freely discussing equality issues. For the company, investing in inclusion strategies is not only ethically correct but has also proven to be strategically smart as it contributes to the sustainability of infrastructures projects. Infrastructures designed on the basis of equality and inclusion are in fact more functional and accessible to a larger part of the population. They reduce the costs of future adaptations and improvements. They increase social cohesion and reduce exclusion, resulting in productivity growth. A project that takes into account the needs of different social groups, for example, people with disabilities, women, minorities, is then more likely to be accepted by the local community. In a multicultural and male-dominated environment, such as the construction of infrastructure projects, the Equality and Inclusion Program launched by the company aims to be a structural element for cultural change and the empowerment of women, especially those working in a field and whose skills and abilities have often been questioned. In the development of the project, there was no shortage of obstacles to overcome, such as deep-rooted prejudices and stereotypes, as well as a certain resistance to change, especially on the part of those who benefit from the current situation. But the active attitude of the company's top management in promoting inclusion and making it part of the company's strategy played a favorable role. All this made it possible to raise awareness of these issues. Through the workshops, 3 priorities emerged: information and training of employees, importance of parenting support measures, empowerment and advancement of women. The results of the questionnaire opened up a constructive and unprejudiced discussion within the company. Among the data that emerged, for example, 40% of the respondents believe that stereotypes in public opinion in general are the brake on greater equality, while 33% point to the lack of women in technical professions, 31% to the lack of attention to this inequality, and 27% to the day-to-day difficulties related to parental responsibilities, which according to all surveys, women are more burdened with. These issues also ignited the interest of the web. The social media campaign conducted as a part of the program led to an increase in followers, a plus 306.3% organically without any promotion, and a particularly strong impact with more than 10,000 interactions. All this made it possible to define a plan in which the next step will be the creation of an integration committee, a multidisciplinary body that will examine proposals for action to be submitted to the company management. Olympia Odos advised for companies that want to go their own way, start a discussion as early as possible, because changing attitudes takes time and patience. Although people may resist new ideas, they are actually processing them as they penetrate their minds and change them, albeit slowly, so don't get discouraged at the first negative signals. This is Speed Fam, towards a more equitable workplace for everyone. See you in the next episode.